Coming up next, C-SPAN continues its Election 90 coverage of the Texas gubernatorial race. State Treasurer Ann Richards is the Democratic nominee. On Sunday, Ms. Richards made a campaign appearance at the Sacred Heart Church Fall Festival in San Antonio, Texas. Sacred Heart is a predominantly Hispanic parish with approximately 1,100 families. Also campaigning with Ann Richards was former San Antonio Mayor Henry Cisneros.
And all these folks are going to the convention.
Are you going to that?
Yeah, we're on the bus.
So there's the bus right there to go to the convention.
Well, there's going to be thousands there.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be wonderful.
Pues sí, mis amigos, jóvenes, tenemos elecciones, sacan todos a votar por su candidato mejor preferido.
Great to see you. It's very good to be here. Well, how are you?
To the convention.
Well, I'm going to be over there.
Yeah, you're going to win. That's right.
Y'all are going to do it.
I was watching Meet the Press. The Republicans are down.
They're down. We're going to meet you twice. All right. I'll see you guys at the convention, okay? All right.
You got a pencil?
That's right.
How are you?
And may I have your autograph, please, for the future governor?
Look at your pumpkins in your ears.
There you are. Thank you for the future governor.
I love you.
What?
Are we running or not?
Oh, yeah. We're in great shape. We're in great shape.
Oh, yeah?
You look good. I like
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Please, good luck at your
Who's that?
I'm Jonathan.
Who is that? Jonathan? Aren't you the cutest guy? How old is he?
18 months.
You are so cute.
How are you? I'm You look good. Nice to see you too.
What's your name? Spell it. How's that? And did you get Henry's autograph? I mean, the really important guy is here. The real important guy came. I'm doing my best, honey. You sure?
I'll put it in my living room.
Put it where somebody can see it.
Well, they will see it right.
There you go.
I run on yours. On mine. Okay?
There you go.
See you later.
You bet. How are you? Thank you so much.
I have my
Oh,
family.
bless your heart. Thank
I just
you.
want to let you know that I was happy to hear the Texas Nursing Association back to
Oh,
I'm a
yes.
nurse.
Oh, yes. I've been working with the Nursing Association a long time.
So it's really good for them.
You bet. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, and you have my
To
vote.
meet you.
I want to give you this.
Oh, aren't you great? Well, I hope I don't lose it. I'll make a loop tied on my arm. Okay.
I don't have my hat with me today, Ann, but the other picture did come out, so I need another one.
Oh, well,
I don't have my
Bueno, sí, mis amigos, enseguida les vamos a enviar una de las canciones preferidas de Ann Richards. Esta buena canción ranchera, Un rinconcito del cielo.
How good to see you.
You know, this one of these Spanish songs from Ann Richards, one of her favorites. Un rinconcito del cielo para todos ustedes.
How are you? I'm Ann Richards.
Adelante, venimos, otro fuerte aplauso para Ann Richards. Que tenga por ahí. All right. We're going to reach to the fence of luck. Are we ready? We're going to do that. We're all going to prepare it, and we're all going to go out there and support 100%.
How
all
are
the
you,
time.
John Paul?
He sees your television advertisements and he asks for you right away.
What I've got.
Let me introduce you to my Yale daughter here. This is Teresa that I told you was in town.
How is it? I've been talking to him on the plane. I said, how does she like New Haven? And he said, the school's good.
Yeah.
Good teachers.
I told her you were taking all the women's studies courses.
Yeah, I am.
I like it. I like it. I said, I'm shocked.
John Paul.
This is Mercedes.
Hi.
She's
How you
studying
doing?
Japanese at Incarnate Word High School.
It's great to see you. Well, my son went to Japan as an exchange student.
That's what he wants to do.
Next summer.
Oh, it was terrific. It was terrific. Clark went in his 10th grade year, and he went in the fall and came
For a
home.
whole semester or a
Whole year.
Whole year in Japan.
Whole year. And of course, he became fluent in Japanese. I think the first month was very hard. Very hard. And after that, he was so pleased he went. Then he went on to Northwestern. He minored in Japanese. And when he graduated, he put on a backpack and went to Australia and Southeast Asia and ended up back in Japan and lived there for a year teaching English. And I'm just, of course, here he is with every opportunity in the world, fluent in Japanese, to do all this wonderful, with an economics degree. And he is an alcohol and drug abuse counselor in Kerrville. But maybe if you do it, you'll become an entrepreneur,
She
involved.
wants to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And this is the broadcast journalist in the family.
Yeah.
We think, although I'm
Okay.
trying to persuade her with her personality, she needs to be in politics. You know Mary Alice, of course.
Good
Hello.
to see you, Ann.
Look great.
We're
yeah,
here.
yeah, I'm trying to
You've
work
been
the
so
crowd.
much help.
Right. We're almost there. Almost
I know
there.
it. Yeah, only 10 more days.
That's right.
John Paul have been making the rounds of the senior.
Hello, my
Hey,
ring.
how are you?
How you, dog?
Good to see you.
It's
How's
good
everything
to
going?
see you too. It's good. It's all real
Looking
good.
good, all of it.
Yeah. Well, before you go into politics, come talk to me. You don't talk to him.
Great.
He's got the small picture. I have the big
That's
picture.
right.
This is a friend of the family, Mike.
My dad. He's an Aggie too.
How nice to see
Aggie
you.
Democrat.
Well, you know that I went to A&M and I was real worried about it.
Oh, you had a great outcome. Yeah.
I had 1,000
I know.
Aggies there.
And you had a lot of converters.
Oh, that's
Started
good.
converting, yeah,
That's
opening up their
good. Well, I said after I turned off George Bush Avenue onto Phil Graham Avenue and
Yeah.
past Rita Clements' dorm and
Start
Clayton
realizing.
Williams something or other, I thought, oh, they've set me up. But it was a great event. What level are you in school?
She was in Mexico this
Learning
last
how to
both of them
drive.
together. We're in Mexico for the summer.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to persuade her we'll do some time in Japan next summer.
Yeah,
She'll study
it's
there.
great. Be great.
Couldn't do it a whole year, but summer maybe.
You can do anything you want to do.
Thanks.
Yeah, you say, I don't want to do it for a whole year, but you can do it. I'm here to tell you, you can do anything
That's
if you set
right.
your mind to
That's
it.
right.
If you ever want to talk to Clark, he would love to talk to you, my son, about what it's like. This is my son, Daniel. Dan travels with me in this race and has the whole time. Hello, honey, how are you?
She's a beautiful lady.
I'm so glad to
We don't
see
believe
you.
anything
You
but
cute.
for her.
How you doing? Well, it's so good to see y'all. What is going on out here today? Is it?
The church is having a big festival. Sacred Heart.
Parish
Yeah.
is having a church festival.
And what will they do? Have booths and stuff
Yeah,
set
right.
up?
They've got cake
Yeah.
and
This is a former mayor pro tem of the city, a city council member,
Good
and
to
now
see
justice
you.
of the peace.
I'm delighted to see
Well, it's
you.
a great pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Our constable,
Thank you.
we
I
work
know,
in
I
precinct
just
1,
spotted
Charlie
you over
Campos.
there. What do you say, kid?
Fine. Nice to see
Just
you.
working hard, trying to
We'll be going on that.
working together.
Oh, are you?
Put
I'm
everything.
so glad.
Yeah.
Those caravans have been wonderful. I mean, y'all gotten good press all over.
We're going to meet, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Would you introduce me?
We're going to take off the Century and the Refugio and
Good.
Corpus or whatever it is.
Great.
Spend the night in Rockport.
That's
Then
great.
we come back Tuesday.
That sounds wonderful.
14 seats.
Well, you'll get good press.
Okay.
You really will. How you doing? How are you?
Villarreal.
So glad to see you.
Villarreal.
And
Very
Richard, nice
good
meeting
to
you.
see you.
His
Thank
other
you
son,
very
Alan
much.
Villarreal.
Hi. How are you? I'm just
Mr.
delighted to be
Mr.
with
Villarreal
you.
said that some of the players, the band players, are plumbers out at Lackland. He mentioned about 3 of them. 2 of them
Oh, are they?
are plumbers. So. And we're going to vote for you.
Thank you. God bless you.
That's all right.
He wants to take a picture with you.
Okay. Can you do it?
I'll do it.
If you can, I'll get my son.
Where's
Okay,
your son?
right there, right
Dan?
there.
All right. Okay.
Get in
He's
there.
gonna take
He'll do it.
Come on. right in.
Okay.
Two generations here. The Ramos and the Rodriguez.
Together?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks a
I sure do
lot.
thank you.
Bless your heart.
And we voting for you.
Huh?
Henry's going to introduce you now.
Okay. What is the purpose of this guy walking around with this deal? I'm not going to say anything that, that you're going to miss. I promise you. It's real irritating. How you doing? Good to see you.
Beat the pants off.
I'm going to do my dead level best.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? I'm Henry Cisneros, and I'm very happy to be here with all of you today.
Bob?
Gracias. Por favor, si me hacen el favor de venir aquí enfrente, por favor, en vez de sentarse allá, si me hacen el favor de venir aquí enfrente para que podamos oír las palabras de una gran mujer que está andando de Texas, que va a ser la siguiente gobernadora de Texas. Pase por favor aquí enfrente. Oímos la música por unos minutos, no vamos a tardar mucho, unos 5 minutos, 10 minutos, algo así. Me hacen el favor de venir aquí enfrente para que podamos oírla bien y darles la atención que merece. Ha venido aquí con nosotros, nuestra comunidad, nuestra iglesia, Sagrado Corazón, y queremos darle el respeto y oír sus palabras que son muy importantes.
Well, bless you. Thank you very much. All right.
Hi, we were for you.
Doing?
We were for you.
All right.
My sister.
All right. How are you?
This is the Conjunto Sin Igual, and while you're coming up here, they're going to play a good old-fashioned South Texas polka. Viva Seguí!
Amigos y amigas, es una gran oportunidad estar con ustedes esta tarde. Qué cosa tan bonita venir aquí a Mateo Camargo Park, una parte de nuestra comunidad. Siempre ha sido, antes era Pablo's Grove, now es Mateo Camargo Park. Una cosa muy bonita estar con ustedes de la Iglesia Sagrado Corazón, tratando de asegurar que tiene las finanzas necesarias la iglesia para sobrevivir y para triunfar y servir la congregación. Así es que una cosa muy bonita verlos aquí en esta ocasión. It's a great treat to see such a beautiful group of people who come from Sacred Heart Parish working together to support the parish in this festival. To be in the presence here of Bob Green, our county clerk, great public servant for many, many years, who ought to continue to serve as our county clerk. Bob Green, for many years, our county clerk. To be in the presence of our constable, Charlie Campos, one of the finest public officials you'll find anywhere. He's everywhere. He does what he needs to do. He's a great public servant and a great man. And to be here with my friend for many, many years, Richard Teniente, who was a city council member, mayor pro tem, and now is Justice of the Peace. He has served our community long and well. As a matter of fact, his business is right across the street from the Sacred Heart Senior Citizen Center and across the street from the church. And he does a great job for the whole community. And we want to make sure that we support him and all of the candidates who are out there working so hard. Today we have a very special treat, a very special moment for us. The candidate for governor of the Democratic Party has honored us with her presence here today, and we are very proud that Ann Richards would choose this place and this time to come to the west side of San Antonio. She is a very busy lady. She is doing a tremendous job, and let me just tell you, I have watched her in action, and she is so strong and so tough and so sincere and working so hard because she knows that the things she's working on are in our interests. You know, if we elect Ann Richards on November the 6th, and we're going to make that happen, she wins because she's been working hard and she deserves to be governor. But we're the ones who really win on election day because the things that she's going to fight for 4 years serve our people and our community. Ann Richards is going to help us in the fight that we have for education. We're right here, right this minute, in the Edgewood School District. All around us is one of the poorest school districts in Texas that waged the historic fight to try to get better and more equal funding for the state of Texas. And Ann Richards, as governor, is not going to be the governor who stands in the schoolhouse door and keeps fairness from happening, but the kind of person who helps us make Texas education fair for everyone. And that's why we want Ann Richards as governor of Texas, among many, many other reasons and many other things. Now, let me just tell you, it's not good enough to wish that Ann Richards becomes governor. It's not good enough just to cast our own vote. What we have got to do this time, the stakes are so high. Each and every one of us needs to make a commitment, an extraordinary commitment, a special action to get Ann Richards elected. How many of you here are willing to talk to your vecinos, primos, primas, tíos, tías, comadres, compadres, to pass the word to vote either in the extended voting period that goes until Wednesday or on November 6th to vote for Ann Richards? ¿Cuántos de ustedes están listos de trabajar, por favor? Queremos ver un compromiso. Queremos ver un compromiso que ustedes están listos a hacer el trabajo necesario para elegir a esta gran señora. Y les digo con toda sinceridad a los hombres presentes, hemos visto en algunos de los polls que indican que muchos de los hombres no han decidido votar por una mujer para gobernadora de Texas. Yo les digo que tenemos bastante experiencia aquí en San Antonio, en el sur de Texas, a ver qué pueden hacer las mujeres de nuestra comunidad. Vemos, por ejemplo, en los hechos de CAPS, que son las mujeres de CAPS en muchos sentidos que han dado liderazgo y cambiado la política de San Antonio, las mujeres de nuestra comunidad. Vemos en mujeres, por ejemplo, como Lala Cacro, como María Berriozábal, mujeres como las otras alcaldesas de ciudades aquí en Texas, como Corpus Christi y El Paso, y otras mujeres en puestos de importancia que nosotros los hombres también podemos reconocer la gran potencial y los hechos de una mujer como Ann Richards. Algunas veces el mejor hombre para el trabajo es una mujer, y en este caso vemos que entre los dos, Clayton Williams y Ann Richards, nosotros queremos a Ann Richards for governor of Texas, and we're going to make it happen on November the 6th. Ann Richards, the next governor of Texas.
I am so distracted by these children that it is very hard for me to think politics. Don't they look wonderful? We were in South Texas yesterday, Henry and a number of the other people on the Democratic ticket. And I said there that someone was talking to me about running for governor and what it was like, to go through the very arduous, difficult, hard, physically hard schedule that we do. And I was kind of explaining how it all worked. And someone said, and two, when you're out there and you're talking all the time and you're having to build yourself up, but you still have to show humility. And I said, listen, anyone who would follow Henry Cisneros on the platform has got to be an humble person. And they know that. I just can't tell you how much it has meant to have San Antonio's star travel with us in this campaign. He has been sensational. He has worked very hard. We have brought him home late at night, and he is up and ready to go again early the next morning. It is wonderful to have a friend like Henry and know that his good guidance and his good counsel is going to be there with me when I am governor of Texas. I also want to thank Mary Alice Cisneros and John Paul, who have done a lot of campaigning for me, who have gone to all kinds of places in San Antonio representing me, and Mary Alice has traveled in South Texas with my son, and John Paul is a real vote getter, aren't you, John Paul? I don't want to take up too much of your time because I hope that these darling children are going to perform for you this afternoon, and I came only for a few minutes to tell you the importance of voting and getting your families to vote in this election. All this week you can go, you can vote with no excuse. You just say, I'm here to vote. It's more convenient for me to vote this week than it is on election day. And if something should happen that you can't vote this week, then you can by all means go on November the 6th on Tuesday. And what difference does it really make? What does it matter who the governor of Texas is? And I could give you no better reason, no better understanding of the significance of the next governor of Texas than these children that are sharing this stage with me today. It is these children's future that is at stake. And the governor of Texas is going to determine the quality of that future. As treasurer, I filed what's called a friendly agreement, an amicus brief on behalf of the Edgewood School District in their fight for equity in the public school system. These children's education is going to determine whether or not when they are your and my age, they are going to have a quality job, an opportunity to move ahead and to succeed in life. Their education is going to determine about whether they have the ingredients and they have the self-sufficiency to be able to get a college degree that will lead them to even more self-fulfillment. And these children should not be measured according to the value of the property on which their family happens to live. These children should have every opportunity of any child in the public school system of the state of Texas. It is essential, my friends, that we elect someone who is governor who has some compassion, is a person of good heart, who understands that government has such an impact on the lives of so many, many people that we will never see. And we cannot think of government action as the numbers of people printed on a sheet. We cannot think in terms of governing according to reports on a printed page. We have got to be able to see the human beings, these children, and those of you who need government activity to make life better. And when I am governor of Texas, you are going to have that governor with the heart and the compassion and the affection and the caring for the people. I want to mention to you as well that we've got a ripoff and a scam going on in the state of Texas that has to do with the purchase of insurance. All of you know that no matter what kind of insurance it is that you have to buy, whether it is for yourself or it is for your family or it is for your business, that the insurance rates have been doubling and tripling and quadrupling in this state, and in some cases they've even canceled health insurance policies for people like my father who paid the premiums all his life, and then when he got old and he really needed it, they canceled the insurance. I am going to reform this industry in this state. We are going to appoint people to the Insurance Commission that does not cozy up to the companies that are selling the insurance. We're going to make sure we have people that are responsive to the people that buy the insurance, not those companies that are making a profit out of it. And it is important that I talk to you briefly about crime. You've done the same thing I have over the years. You've looked at the TV set and you've seen these guys strut up and down in front of jail bars. And the message they're trying to send you is that they're tough and they're going to do something about the crime rate. And yet the crime rate continues to go up and up and up, and our communities don't get safer. Law enforcement officers have a tougher time because they have less resources, less money, and less staff to be able to deal with rising crime. And it is time that we have a governor in this state who is truly serious. And my opponent has suggested that because I'm a female, maybe I won't be tough enough, to deal with crime. And yet it is the women of this state who are the most victimized by crime. We are the ones who are brutalized. We are the ones who are raped. We are the ones who are abused. And maybe it is time that we had a woman governor who really is going to get tough on crime. You have my commitment that we are going to pass a bill in the legislature when I'm governor that says if you have committed a violent offense, it is called a 3G offense in the law books, and you are convicted of big-time drug dealing, we are going to keep you in the penitentiary for the full time of your sentence, and you are not going to be back out on the streets victimizing us and our families and our communities. You are going to serve your full time. Now, we've had 4 years of a governor. Well, someone said the other day he kind of practiced groundhog governing. You know how the groundhog goes down in the hole and stays down in there, and then every once in a while sticks his head up out of the hole, see if there's anything going on, and then goes back down. Or if he sees his shadow, he runs back down in the hole. Well, that's kind of the way it's been in Austin, If there's been a crisis, if there's been something absolutely horrible, well, he'll come back from his vacation place up in New Mexico. He'll come out of his hole. He'll look around, see maybe, if somebody's looking for him. And it is costing you and me millions of dollars to have a person like that who's so distracted by his own private business and his own private enjoyment that he doesn't have time to do the job that we elected him to do. And a good example of that is that the federal government sends us millions of dollars in job training money. People who are out of work, young people who need to learn a trade, who need employment. There is federal money available to us in JTPA money. And you know what we did in the state of Texas? We sent a lot of that money and the millions of dollars back to Washington, D.C. because our governor and his Department of Commerce couldn't find any place to spend it, they said. Can you believe that? When we've got double-digit unemployment in some counties in this state, particularly in South Texas, people are crying for the monies to train workers. It is time that we teach people so that they can get into jobs rather than thinking in terms of getting into welfare. People would rather work any day than be on welfare. And if we help them work and we help them learn, they can make a living and support these children and support their families. You have a pledge, my friend. I'm going to be a busy governor. I am going to be there on the scene, and we aren't going to be sending any money back to Washington. We are going to have the programs that train our people. We are going to reform the insurance industry. We are going to equalize education in Texas. We are going to get tough on crime. We are going to build a state that we can be proud of, that is prosperous for us and these children in the 21st century. And we're going to do it with your help. If you will get to the polls and get your friends to the polls, get your neighbors, those you work with, and turn out the vote, because it is the vote that we have to win this election. And then I'm going to ask you all to come to Austin and join me and join Henry and Bob and Charlie, all of my friends, because we're going to gather on Congress Avenue Bridge, and we're going to march up the main street of the capital city of Texas, and we're going to take the capital back for the people of this state. God bless you all. Go to the polls and vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ann, and thank you, all of you. And all I can say is you have heard the next governor of Texas tell us what she's going to do. Clayton Williams can't touch her record or her hopes or dreams for this state. Now it is in your hands. You must go out and vote and take people to vote and do things that you have never done before, because the stakes are so high and it matters so much to us. Our neighborhoods, our schools, our communities, our churches, our families, our children, that's what's at stake. And so I say to you, and I beg you, please get out and vote. They tell me from the newspapers and the news media that there's not enough excitement about this election, that there's not enough enthusiasm, that people are not turning out to vote. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got to prove all of that wrong and get out and vote, because our future depends upon it, and elect Ann Richards, the next governor of Texas. Let's go to work. Let's vote. You can vote tomorrow. You can vote the next day. You can vote the next day, or you can vote next Tuesday, but vote for Ann Richards. And let's make her governor of Texas. Vote, 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 vote. Thank you very much. Y ahora vamos a oír de este conjunto sin igual. Otra vez la música de Sur Texas, la música del West Side de San Antonio.
Here are a few letters from C-SPAN viewers concerning our use of graphics during congressional floor proceedings.